What are some of the financial habits that you've implemented now since that first failure and almost a second failure?
Yeah, it's the numbers part. The biggest thing, and my quote through my journey for nearly 10 years through pro trade has been know your numbers. And if you don't know your numbers, then essentially you're driving blind. And the analogy I've always used is, would you take a car out on the road and onto the highway without knowing how much gas is left, how fast you're going, where you're heading to? It's blind, and it'd be scary.
So it's like going to a destination, driving through a blizzard and you can't see, but you just keep on driving.
You just keep driving.
And this is what I tell everybody that I've mentored and coached over the years is you have to know your numbers, right? And it's amazing how many people have no idea about numbers. I had a question from a student the other day going, "Oh, I see that you follow this person. Have you done their course?" I said, "No, I just follow them." But I'm like, "What else are you looking for? Why are you looking for something else?" And then they're like, "Yeah, it's probably just going to be more noise, more distraction." And then I asked, "Do you understand how to read financial statements properly?" And they were like, not really. I'm like, that's where you need to start. And you know what? If you go on YouTube, it's all free.
It's just not sexy, Eric. That's
it's not sexy, but the excuse is, "Oh, I'm not good at that."
No.
Well, if you're good at making logos and you're good at making something else and you're not good at your numbers and you're not going to commit to know your numbers, go work for someone else, because at some point you'll probably be in the same position you were, right? On your ass, bankrupt, and that's not a good feeling, right?
No.
So yeah, I love this part because that financial intelligence is everything.
And it's not that difficult once you put your mind to it to understand the profit loss, the balance sheet. It's just another language, right?
I bought an online course. I read the Kiyosaki book, and he said if you don't speak the language of business, which is how a cash flow statement works, balance sheet works, then you're not in business. Get out, you're going to hurt yourself and other people. Yeah. And I went online and I bought a course. I said it in a recent podcast. I was not too proud to go and spend the $97 or whatever it was on Udemy. Bought a couple of them until I fully understood what a P&L was, how a cash flow statement works. It's where so many people get into trouble. They get into trouble with the ATO. They get into trouble with not understanding their liabilities. I lost my first bit of money. I said to people, I made my first $1 million by the time I was 23 and I lost it by 25. I didn't lose it. I know exactly where it went. But tax would have been lovely to know about.
And don't rely on your accountants, right?
No. Don't rely on your accountants.
I've seen that many P&Ls as of late that are incorrect. Yes. With the incorrect items on a P&L that should be sitting on a balance sheet as an example, right? So just because they give you the paperwork and it's done, don't rely on that. You need to know your numbers yourself so that way you can question the accountant.
We had a client who's recently had all of their cost of goods sold and their COGS against their revenue for their entire container. And we're like, hang on, I'm losing all this money. I'm like, those COGS there, how are those COGS against those sales? I go, no, that's the whole container. I'm like, no wonder you're freaking losing money because you're accounting for the whole container against it's just like basic stuff like that. And it's just, you're not taught. You say in Australia, you just go and register a company with ASIC and you're off the directors.
Hey there, I hope you enjoyed that episode of Unemployable. If you want to watch another clip, click here. Or if you want to see the full episode, click here. Bye for now.